Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about something of a throwback. So, I'm going to tell you guys to.
Look here! Look, listen!
We're going to talk about Wings of Motherfreaking Redemption, a Call of Duty OG YouTuber that came onto the platform a long time ago, back when Machinima was still a thing and Call of Duty was in its heyday. For you younger kids out there, you don't know what the hell Call of Duty is. Call of Duty in its heyday was the equivalent of Fortnite right now, except it wasn't free to play, you know. Although there is a free to play Call of Duty now, back in the day there was no free to play Call of Duties unless you were in China, but I don't want to be in China. I don't think anyone really wants to be in China, but I digress. That's for another video topic. Jordie Jordan, aka Wings of Redemption, was one of the bigger channels in the Call of Duty community over there. Now, me primarily, I was part of the Wii community. I know, right? Really funny. I play with my Wii. Um, so we never got as big as the other people when it came to content creators, subs wise and views wise. But we did have a community, no doubt. But ours wasn't as drama filled as theirs was, although we did have some drama, and our drama wasn't as big, or our monetary values weren't that big either when it came to making money off YouTube. I think the people who made the most money in the Wii community would probably have to be a tie between Icon Boy and Dasman 303. But whatever they were making is pennies compared to what Wings of Redemption was making, and the Xbox and PS3 guys out there like White Boy 7th Street, another Call of Duty commentator, Woody's gamer tag, Hutch, Only Use Me Blade, which is going to be a whole different video on that guy. People like that, X Jaws, Raw Instinct. Raw Instinct, that dude he got busted for stealing content. That was a crazy ass time in the community. But I digress. So back in the heyday, Jordie was a big player, literally and metaphysically. Um, he was raking in some dough, making in some cash, and yeah, I would subscribe to him. I would watch his commentaries, and he was on Machinima Respawn. Since Respawn was where all the FPS content took place, I believe. If you want to see Machinima stuff, I'm sorry, but the majority of it got wiped out. A couple. Actually, it was last year, I believe, that they got wiped out completely, which is a damn shame. A lot of good videos and memories on there, but yeah. Anyways, so Wings of Redemption, he ended up leaving YouTube and he ended up betraying his friends, or kind of distancing himself from his friends, Woody and FPS Kyle, which is FPS Russia, from their PKA Painkiller Already podcast, which is highly successful, I think, and brings in a considerable amount of money, especially back then, I believe, with the whole Call of Duty craze. And uh, Wings left them, and he started streaming on Twitch. He started raging, blaming every other person except himself for losing, blaming other people for his weight problems, and blah blah blah, weight surgeries. You know the drill. If you don't know the drill yet, then go watch a video or go join the subreddit for Wings of Redemption. You'll get informed. You'll get informed. So, as of late, it's been rumored that Wings of Redemption will be getting married. I know, right? Wings getting married? That doesn't sound like a good idea, but yeah, he's apparently getting married. But from what I hear on the Reddit and other places, it's not happening. It's not going to happen. Now, the main reason why I think Wings wants to get married is A, that he's lonely. B, she is a nurse, I believe so, from what we know, and she has some good medical insurance, and Wings is kind of not the healthiest person. I can sympathize with him a little bit there. So he's thinking, if I marry her, I get some of her medical insurance, and she makes bank. According to him, right? She's probably an RN, I believe, if he says she's making bank. I believe the RN is the nurse that makes, the most money amongst the other nursing tiers. I know there's like a non-registered nurse, I guess is what you want to call it, non-accredited. I don't know, but there's like lower tiers of nurses, right? But the RN is like the highest one, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you work in the medical industry, let me know in the comment section down below. And they are supposed to be getting married, but Wings has said a lot of shit over the years, right? A lot of questionable stuff, and he's done a lot of questionable stuff too. And well, I think a guy named Edmonton Skeptic, I think that's his name. He ended up, well, I'm not sure if it was just him or other people that were involved, but they ended up contacting this girl's parents, her mother and father, and started telling them all the shit Wings has been doing across the years, and it's just like, wow, holy cow, he's really doing that. Oh my lord. I'll be adding some Wings clips, in between, to spice things up a bit. I always like adding Wings in my videos because, it's kind of a lore meme character now, kind of like Christian, right? But now, from what we hear online, the wedding is off, the wedding is over, and they're not going to get married. Whether they are still together or not is an entirely different question, and that would really be bad for Wings financially because, well, she was going to be his support, his what did he call it before? His nest egg. And just recently, a big bombshell announcement, speculation happened that Wings of Redemption was on escort sites on the internet, and he's supposedly, allegedly hiring escorts, and he's doing the nasty with the escorts. And well, that hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but there is footage of him typing in on his computer, and you do see the escort site pop up in the suggested feed. So it's not that far fetched to believe that he did hire some escorts. And the problem is that, well, first you're hiring an escort, that's a problem in itself. B, he was doing it during the time that he was talking with his fiancée, so I'm not sure, faithful. I really don't doubt he is. I think Wings is a liar, pathological liar, I think. Not too crazy to assume that, and I really can't trust his word. He's just been through so many controversies and stuff, and, a good example is the Pro Syndicate thing. I can't trust them, and so coming to his defense is a hard thing to do because of all the shit I know that he's done, by just expanding into the lore. And another thing you gotta take in mind here is that this guy was making bank back in the day. Financially speaking, if he was, just if he didn't have that 62 IQ, if he was smart with this money, he wouldn't be in this Twitch mess. He could have invested it. He could have, expanded his horizons. I don't know, start an esports team or fund another multimedia channel, build another machinima empire. Stuff like that. But he ended up wasting it on trucks. This girl was leeching off of him with her two kids also. He ended up buying the surgery. Well, he did need the surgery, so good on him for getting it in Mexico, though. It's cheaper over there, but honestly, that just goes to show you how lazy he is. He couldn't go down on a liquid diet because the doctors here in America said he had to lose a certain amount of pounds before they could do it here. But I digress, right? And the leftover surgery money was supposed to go to his schooling, right? The EMT or whatever the hell he wanted to do. And that never happened. That never happened at all. He wasted it on Wendy's chili, and he wasted it on a V6 salvage red Mustang, which, the V6 motors aren't that bad, but, it's a V6. Obviously, everyone wants the big bad V8, but we can't all afford it. And, well, Wings, buddy, I'm pretty sure you would have bought it if you had enough donations, right? But he ended up buying another Mustang, too, a black EcoBoost, which is probably better on gas, but it's a turbo, so probably not. But, good for him, I guess, for buying another car instead of being more financially savvy with his money. Maybe you could have bought a used 350Z or something. I don't know, right? But if you're noticing a pattern here, it's that he likes to waste his money on cars. Yeah, and he doesn't waste his money really well. Bought an iPhone XR, right? What is that? Or an iPhone X? The latest iPhone back a year ago. I'm pretty sure it was $1,000, a grand, right? There's plenty of other phones for $1,000 and lower, like in the $500 range, or $400 or $300 range. Hell, the Blue G5 for that matter, or the Blue G9 does almost the exact same shit that a $1,000 phone does for literally half the price or even less. So wasting his money in that regard on a iPhone X, not a good idea. That was the surgery money too. Could have used that for schooling. In fact, one of the best financial decisions he could have done in this situation was to go to that EMT school. I keep thinking ENT because I need to see one, but he could have gone to that EMT thing, right, and become an EMT, which with his weight, yeah, it's going to be an issue in some parts, but, hopefully his own willpower, which is really weak, by the way, would have helped him to lose the weight to become a more fit EMT to help people. But that's one of the best things he could have done. Go to school and become an EMT. But he didn't. He wasted it all on other stuff that isn't necessary in life, like his Wendy's chili, his V6 Mustang, other retarded stuff he doesn't need to use. And now he's in the situation where he has to stream on Twitch every day and or every other day and e-beg for money. But now with the whole situation with the hookers thing, the escorts, and him not getting married to the fiance, kind of explains where all the nest egg money went if he was blowing it on hookers and escorts. Which I don't want to. I don't want to say it's 100% confirmed that he has been doing that, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me the old Wingo boy doing that. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But another interesting piece of information was that the engagement ring he bought for her was like a engagement ring that was on clearance or on sale or whatever, which is that in itself is fine. I really don't care. I really don't judge a person. You're buying a ring on sale, you get what you could afford essentially, right? So I don't want to bag on him too much for that aspect. But they're saying that he bought the ring that was on sale because it had a really good return policy, and that if you don't get married, you can return it and you can get all your money back. So maybe he had no intention of marrying her or something, or maybe he knew, hey, if I'm getting exposed for all the shit I've done, might as well buy a ring that makes it look like I'm trying, but not trying that hard that I don't have to put in that much money into it. So yeah, there's that a big bombshell info too of the engagement ring. But when it comes to Wings of Redemption, I think one of his main issues is his weight. His weight is the big issue, and money. Those two go hand in hand, and his willpower too. Three issues. Would he be in this situation if he wasn't this fat? Yeah, he still will be. His willpower is just abysmal. He just makes retarded decisions in life. Pro Syndicate will get example, or the killing cats by accident twice. Yeah, killing a cat accident by once. Okay, I understand that. Killing a cat twice by accident, I'm starting to have some serious doubts about him. But yeah, I digress. But I think what he needs to do would be, I don't know, maybe invest in something else. I mean, he's getting some decent income from Twitch streaming, I believe, even though a lot of them are troll donations. But he does have some genuine fans out there, which boggle me. Like they like him and don't see any faults with them. It's all the trolls' fault, which to a certain extent, yes, the trolling is getting old and it is being detrimental to his health. But it's not all they're doing. It's some of the stuff he does as well. It's some of the stuff he enables them to do, and some of the stuff that he just does in general, which leads to him to being trolled, doing dumb shit. And I think the ridiculous spending he does, the V6 Mustang, you got it for cheap, right? But still, you really don't need a car like that. You really don't. He's like, and when he was talking about getting a car, he's like, I need a comfortable car I can daily drive, which, to me, when you're saying that, I'm thinking, okay, well, a comfortable daily driver, that sounds like a four-door sedan, something with a four-banger. But apparently that's a Mustang for Wings, right? But then the whole EcoBoost thing happened, which was another, interesting thing. I thought he was legit going to save up to buy a Ford Raptor, even if it wasn't the top of the line, the older V8 models. And surprise, surprise, I think the new Raptor is getting a new V8, the 7.3 liter engine, but or the 7 liter engine, I think. But that's just where we at right now in the Wings lore. Wings is a character of great intrigue right now in the online ecosphere, kind of like Chris Chan, right? Chris Chan has had his heyday. He's been through a lot of shit, and for more or less, he's kind of fine now with the trolling because it's pretty much stopped. I really don't think there's a lot of people trolling him. I could be wrong. I really don't keep up with him anymore. But overall, yeah, he's a little kooky with the whole like stuff that he's doing. If you don't know, well, go research what Christine's up to, I guess, or Chris. It'll always be Chris to me personally. But Wings, on the other hand, is still going through some shit with his life, and it's difficult for him. You kind of feel pity for the guy. You kind of feel sorry for him, but at the same time, you feel like, really, man, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? Because you look into it, like Eddie Bravo would say, and yeah, it just doesn't faze me sometimes. It's just like, why, Wings? Why? And another issue, too, is, Wings is not capitalizing on the money he could be making, A lot of his troubles stem from finances, bad financial decisions. I think he should be embracing some of the trolling and making t-shirts out of it, like, hey, look here, look, listen, get the fuck out, or, some dumb stuff like that. Come on, do something with your income, dude. Like, stop wasting it on iPhones and, like, Mustangs. Do something else to that regard. like print your face on a shirt, official Wings of Redemption merch. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that, you know. A lot of YouTubers do it. Why not do it? I'm pretty sure it's not that expensive. You'll probably, you'll probably, sell out of shirts just because you are Wings of Redemption. You have a notoriety that goes with you. So doing merch, I think, would be a great idea for him in a financial sense where it doesn't have to be the most amazing crap. Honestly, it can just be like the crappy ass, what are they called? The Gildan t-shirts, right? The basic ones. Sell them for 10 bucks or 15. Put your face on it, and Wings of Redemption, and like the Wings of Redemption, whatever logo you want to have them, right? Really simple stuff. I really don't see why he's not doing it if he's always bitching about money. But yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are at with Wings of Redemption. He's getting married. Supposedly the wedding's canceled, and those were my thoughts on Wings, as a whole. What do you guys think about Wings of Redemption as a whole, as a person? Do you think he's a nice guy? Do you think he's a flawed individual? Or do you think he should get married? Do you think the girl should go far away from him? Here are my closing statements. I really don't think this girl should get married to Wings. I really don't think she should at all. Not until Wings changes himself, I guess, if I want to be mean physically, but I'm not really gonna get that into him because of his weight. More mentally, I think you could say, stop being on Plenty of Fish. Stop while you're seeing your fiance, right? Stop being on Plenty of Fish. And hopefully he's not ordering escorts off the internet while he's looking at his fiance. Not a really good look for him. So that's my 2 cents on that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening in. What do you think about the Wings of Redemption marriage situation? In the comment section down below, would you be going to the wedding? Let me know. Let me know. Also, guys, new videos coming soon. Go check out my latest video, my VLC compression video tutorial. I'll be doing more tutorial videos in the future because I can do a lot of funky editing. I did a little bit of funky Ace Ventura in there, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And also, a sleeper hit on my channel was the Blue G5. I mentioned it earlier in my video. No, I'm not sponsored by Blue yet. Check that out. Sleeper hit on my channel. We're at almost 1,000 views, surprisingly. And I'm going to be doing an update video on that pretty soon. And if the mic quality sounds different, I'm recording off my phone with the Paladin microphone. Everybody, thank you for listening in once again. And as always, I will catch you pimps later.